Good morning, everybody. I am joined today. My name's Tim from Surrey Physio. Surrey Physio are a physiotherapy group in London and South East England. We have an amazing team of physiotherapists, and we are joined today by our group manager, Lorraine. Hi,
Hello.
Lorraine.
Hello.
And we're joined today by Javiria, who
Hello.
Javiria has recently been through the process of applying and filling out the UK visa application for physiotherapists. And what we're planning to do is two parts. So we're going to talk through the process of preparing yourself for the UK visa and the documents you're going to need. And then we're going to show you step by step how to fill out that visa application form. We've also got screenshots of the visa application form completed, which are on our website. So I'm just going to first of all say go to our website to follow along with what we're talking about. The website is at www.surreyphysio.co.uk, and you should see the screen now. So there's our website. Go to jobs and visa application guide, and then you will see the information here, and you can follow along with the video. Okay, so I guess the first thing is that really the first thing you should do in the process of coming to the UK is probably apply for HCPC. Is that the right order, Javiria?
Yeah. Yeah, because being a physiotherapist, we are not allowed to work as a legal physiotherapist if we don't have HCPC registration.
Yes. So the first stage is you need to be a physio, and then you need to apply for HCPC. And do you need to wait for your HCPC to come through? Or you don't actually need to wait, do you? You can apply for the HCPC first and then apply for the visa. Is that right?
Yeah, because HCPC is nowadays taking like 6 to 8 months to get registered with. So so first step before applying for any job is to have HCPC registration.
Yes, because the problem is if the visa comes through, but your HCPC doesn't come through, you'll get to the UK and you can't legally work as a physiotherapist. Okay, that's a bad situation. So you need to kind of do these things in the right order, right? Okay. Now, the second thing you're going to need for your visa is a confirmed job offer. Now, this needs to be from a tier 2 sponsor. Now, a lot of companies are not tier 2 sponsors, and this is really for the bigger companies because it's a very difficult process to get sponsored, and it takes a long time to become a sponsor. And so this really relies on the company being a sponsor. Now, different companies have different layers of sponsorship. We're an A-graded sponsor, and we can offer the health and care worker visa, which is a skilled tier 2 visa. So the health and care worker visa is a very, very good visa because we contract into the NHS. So we can bring people in on that visa. So you also need to have a agreed salary requirement to get a visa. So you have to confirm that you've been offered a role which is the going rate for the position that you're going for, or has to pay more than £20,480 per annum as a physiotherapist. So that could be a band 4 physiotherapist or band 5 physiotherapist in some areas, but it needs to be a minimum of 20,480. So you need to have that as a minimum job offer requirement. Now, you need to know English. You can't come into the UK and not have a solid grasp of English, especially in the medical profession. It will catch you out. It will lead to complaints. It will lead to problems. It will lead to communication issues. And this is a big thing that people don't realize, and it catches them out, is you need to have good English. So if your English is not up to standard, go away now, learn English, improve your English, practice your English with everybody that you meet, become really, really good in English. You'll need to prove your English standards. So Javiria, can you talk us through the criteria for English?
Yeah, actually, for HCPC registration, as we mentioned in our previous video, that the criteria to get that is 6.5 in each module and overall 7. But for visa application, they don't ask for specific criteria, like you have to score that much, like that the bands, but they have approved English, like they have approved center that provide UKVI IELTS. So for visa application, they require UKVI IELTS, but in case of being a physiotherapist, they can also accept the IELTS that you have given for the CPC registration.
Yeah, so if you've applied for IELTS through your HCPC, then you can use that for your visa. And you need to understand English to level B1. And so if you've already done it for your HCPC, you don't need to do it again.
Can I just interrupt there, please, Tim? The certificate only lasts for 2 years.
Yeah.
Fine.
So please bear that in mind.
You've got 2 years after doing your IELTS to
Yes.
utilize that. Good. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're a native English speaker or you're from an English speaking country, then you don't need to submit information, and you can go to gov.uk, and I will share the screen so you can see the page. Go to this website, gov.uk, health and care worker visa, knowledge of English, and it will go through more information as to what countries you don't need to, for example, Australia, Bahamas, Barbados. Okay, now the application fee and money required. So generally speaking, visas are 3 to 5 years. We encourage people to apply for the 5-year visa. It gives you more stability and security. And that costs about £464 per person. These figures may change if you're watching this later down the line. So you need to be prepared that you have to pay that amount for your visa. Lorraine, is there anything important that people need to know about the payment situation?
Yes, I mean, we to bring any overseas staff, employees over to the UK, we also have to pay a fee, which is the COS certificate of sponsorship, and the immigration skills charge.
Yes.
And that costs more than the health and care visa. So the company pays for that. So, you know, so please be prepared. And the certificate of sponsorship only lasts 3 months from when I first assigned a certificate of sponsorship to you.
Yes. So if
please bear in mind,
if we assign a certificate of sponsorship to you, you need to act quickly to get that visa application in, because that certificate of sponsorship will expire, and then we'll have to go through the process again. So make sure you're ready to go with your visa.
So you must have everything all in place. So that would be notification of your HCPC registration.
In fact, Lorraine, let me just share my screen so you can actually go through that. So we've got here a list of documents required.
Okay. It would be the IELTS English test certificate, as long as it's current and valid and not expired. Your HCPC registration, or notification that you should be receiving that very soon. A TB test certificate. These certificates are only valid for 6 months. However, some countries you do not need them, but there is a list that I will send you of which countries they require TB test certificates from if you're traveling from, and also police clearance. Again, some countries you do not need police clearance, but you do need, in majority of countries you do. And again, that will be in a list, a link that I send you to check if you're the country you are residing in does need police clearance to come into the UK.
Okay, yeah. So just to be clear, you need your certificate of sponsorship. You need your proof of English, a valid passport, evidence of personal savings as well. So you're going to need to show your personal savings, which I believe is about £1,700 per person.
I think it depends which country, but it could be anything from 1,200 to 1,700.
Yeah. Now, if that's a issue, then please speak to us because we may be able to support you with a loan before you come over. You need proof of your relationship with your partner and children, and you need, as Lorraine says, tuberculosis test. And we've got a link on our website of, can you see that link at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And here's the link here to see if you're tuberculosis listed country, and you need your criminal record certificate. Now, this criminal record certificate can take around a month, maybe longer. In some countries, police clearance takes a lot longer. So fast track it, order the fast track process, get your police certificate done as soon as possible because you're going to need that to prove that you are not a criminal coming into the UK. Good. Now, tuberculosis test. So you'll need to do a tuberculosis test. And that basically is an x-ray and then a certificate. So you go to a medical center, you get your x-ray done and you get a certificate. You need to do that through official channels. So the certificate will be up to the required standards of what is required. Okay, this can typically cost between £200 and £300. Your criminal record certificate, as I've said earlier, there are likely to be delays getting your criminal record certificate. In the UK, we call this DBS, Disclosure and Barring Service. And that means that we also have to check when you come to the UK, we have to do our own tests. We have to do a criminal record check on you in the UK. You have to do one from your country. And that is part of the regulations of your employment. And I believe, Lorraine, we pay that cost now, do we?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We never used to, but we do now.
So we now pay the cost for you to be criminally checked in the UK, which is a requirement of ours. So I think next we'll go on and go through the application. But Javier, do you want to just talk us through the process with bringing family over? And at what point should you do the application for your family, and what point should you do it for you? And how does that work if you're planning to bring a family over to the UK?
Yeah, so I applied for my whole family with me because I have seen many cases, those who apply just for their self on like skilled worker visa, but they just leave that first they'll go in UK and then they'll call their family. So in most of the time, like in the developing country, it would be difficult to get the visa separately. So it would be a great idea to apply the visa of whole family together.
Yeah. Okay, good point there. So don't just apply for yourself. It sometimes is better to apply for everybody together. We have different people. Some people come over first and bring their family afterwards, but that can be a little bit more tricky getting a visa for the family because the family, from what I understand, the family sort of almost are piggybacking on your health and care worker visa. Is that right?
Yeah.
So this health and care worker visa is super important to be attached with the family. But you can do it either way, but I think Javier is saying here it's sometimes easier to have the whole family apply together. So that means you need to apply for your children, you need to apply for your spouse as well. Okay. Now, typically a decision will take around 3 weeks once you've applied online and provided your identity documents. But if it takes longer, you will be contacted. So, you'll get an email from the UK Gov to give your decision on your application. So a few general guidelines. Let's talk through those. So the good news is the immigration health surcharge is exempt because you'll be applying for a health and care worker visa. So that's fantastic. And that's exempt from your family as well. So it's going to save a lot of money. Okay. Now, when you apply for the visa, you need to click the Tier 2 skilled visa, and we'll go through that process in a minute. You'll need to provide a certified translation of your documents if they're not in English. So if you provide a document and it's not in English, you need to get it translated and certified. So that means you need to get a solicitor or professional to sign it and stamp it to say that these documents are real. And you need to follow the guidelines on the website of how to do that. Your partner and children need to apply on their own applications, which will be part of yours, okay? Provide as much relevant information and documents as possible to support your visa application. For example, your employment history, your salary slips, your certificates of qualifications, your contract letter. Add all of that because it will add weight to your application. Good. So I think the next stage will be part 2, is to go through actually filling in an application form. So join us back here for part 2, and we will go through it hopefully with you.
Okay.